Demon's Bond. Tensura x Mao Gakuin no Futekigosha by Void King. Ch 17. Consequence of having a greater power after the fight, Anos invited Misha, Sasha, and Lei to their house while Princess carrying the unconscious Rimuru. Upon their arrival, Isabella made a fuss about Rimuru, thinking that Rimuru had gotten injured. However, Anos quickly cleared up the misunderstanding and reassured his mother that Rimuru was only tired. He placed Rimuru on her bed inside her own room and headed downstairs to talk and have a meal with Misha, Sasha, and his parents. While I was eating, the thoughts of what happened earlier were still in my head. My sister, who usually has long patience, suddenly lost control over her body. It was as if she became a completely different person. Adding to my concerns, the power and strength she showed were nothing out of the ordinary. Her attacks were heavy and hard-hitting. I wondered if something had happened to her because I knew my sister wasn't someone who would randomly throw a tantrum just for a limited edition cake. Even so, I needed to buy her a new cake later in the morning. Anos-chan, are you all right? You've been staring at your food and not eating, my mom said. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about something. Let's continue to eat, I said and continued to eat. The next morning, Rimuru woke up with a headache. My head hurts. What happened, Seal? The last thing I remember is that my cake was sliced in half, Rimuru asked Seal. Master, you lost control of your power during that time and attacked Anos, Seal replied. What do you mean by that, Seal? Yes, you did complete your evolution, but that was only the initial stage. At the moment, your evolution is not even 50% complete, and it seems that further evolution will cause your personality to change. Seal explained to Rimuru, who remained silent all this time. I understand, but why did I suddenly lose control? Rimuru asked. Your state is still unstable during your evolution, but that doesn't mean you can suddenly lose control over your power. When I took a look at you, I found a trace of magic power that didn't belong to anyone we know, neither from the central world nor here. Seal said with an angry tone, realizing that she didn't notice the magic that was used on Rimuru. Don't ask questions about the magic. I'll answer that later in the following chapters. So you're saying that someone cast magic on me to make me lose control? Rimuru asked to clarify. Yes, Master. I'm sorry I didn't notice it at that time. Ciel's voice was filled with disappointment in herself. Don't be sorry, Ciel. Just focus on finding the culprit. I'll make sure to give him a piece of my mind, and I'll make him pay for using me to try and hurt the people who are important to me, Rimuru said as a purple sinister aura started to appear on her back. Ciel also reminded Rimuru to control her emotions, as Rimuru is the only one who can manage her own emotions. If she fails, her personality will be altered due to her evolving state, which would take a few hundred or thousands of years more to complete. So I also need to control my emotions so that I don't accidentally cause trouble for those around me. If I had known that this evolutionary process would be this troublesome, I should have rejected it, Rimuru said as she stood up from her bed and decided to take a bath and put on her school uniform. Then, she headed downstairs. Once I went to the second floor of our house, Mom ran straight towards me and gave me a tight hug. Rimuru-chan, are you all right? Are you hurt? Mom asked me. She really is a worrywart, but that's what makes her a great mother who cares for her children. Father also asked me lots of questions if I'm okay, and Ni-san didn't speak and only ate. After our breakfast, we went to school. On the way, Ni-san didn't talk to me, so I took the opportunity to apologize for what happened yesterday. Ni-san, about yesterday, I'm so sorry that I caused you trouble. I promise it won't happen again, I said while doing a sincere bow. You don't need to apologize to me. It's my fault that your cake got involved in my fight, so here. Ni-san gave me a box. I was surprised because the box was actually the same one that was used when I bought the limited cake. I don't know why, but my eyes started crying as I dashed straight towards Ni-san and gave him a hug. Maybe it's because of my personality slowly changing due to my evolution. No matter what the reason is, this moment is something that I will always cherish. Come to think of it, Ni-san was chosen to participate in a sword tournament, and he doesn't have a sword. So I might as well create a sword for Ni-san to repay him for his kindness. I'll make sure to create a sword that has never been seen before in any world, and I'll ensure that the sword I give to Ni-san is the strongest in the whole world. I don't think creating such a sword is a good idea, Master, Seal complained, but I'm determined to create a sword for my Nisan. With her determined personality, Rimuru set her new goal, to create a sword like no other, a sword that would even surprise the Demon King of Tyranny. Meanwhile, in an unknown place, a single being covered in black stood alone. His facial expressions could not be seen, but one could tell that this being was angry. Damn it, it didn't work. Who would have thought that she would be able to stop herself from causing more destruction? I need to hurry and try one more time because if I fail again, those gods will be the ones after my life. Damn it, the being said as he disappeared, leaving no trace behind. So you're the one responsible for what happened to my master. Looks like I'll need to take out the root in order to make up for my mistake. A being similar to Rimuru looked at the being covered in black. Her red eyes stared directly at him, as if she was looking at her prey. End.